Welcome back, guys. Today, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on Dragon Ball The Breakers. Pretty much just a review, if you will, whether I recommend you should buy it or not. So, without any further ado, let's just hop right into it. Dragon Ball The Breakers is a weird game, to say the least. It pretty much got announced out of nowhere, and it's a game unlike anything we've ever seen in the Dragon Ball stratosphere before. A party game, a game that I believe is similar. So I've never played Dead by Daylight or any of those 8-player survival games, but I know it's similar to that. It has a lot of common tropes you see in video games nowadays. Loot boxes, battle passes, microtransactions, cosmetics that are in the shop that really don't affect gameplay, power-ups, everything of the liking. All of that is present in this game, which is super interesting, as we don't have a Dragon Ball game like that. We have fighters, but the microtransactions of that game can only be done in-game. You cannot buy Zenny with real money. Quick tangent, fighters, when it came out, I always thought we'd be able to buy Zenny with money, but we still can't do it, and I'm really glad, because it's really pointless to be able to, but spoiler alert, you can in this game, but it makes sense with the gacha mechanics and everything, which we'll get into later. But this game came out at a weird time, where games like Dead by Daylight are still and were popular. And I think it's kind of cool Dragon Ball gets a game like this. But I have a huge issue with games like this, in my opinion, which I'll get into at the end of the video. So to start us off, we'll start with the lore. Now, this game obviously advertises itself in the Xenoverse series. It's in Xenoverse expansion, if you will, priced at 20 smackaroos USD. The price, once again, I'll get into later, but for a $20 pack, how's the story? Well, the story's not the focus on this game. It's just time patrollers, temporal seams, things like that are what's plaguing this game, and villains from all over take over various pocket dimensions, I believe, of the Dragon Ball world. It's not really explained well since there's not a campaign, but I believe just Dragon Ball villains from all over the eras come and just terrorize survivors who somehow are unfortunate enough to get trapped in the temporal seams, leaving the survivors stranded in open world. So the open world gameplay is a huge aspect of this game, as one of the most marketed features for the game. In like the trailers, like they're talking about the open world like you wouldn't believe. So how is it? Well, the movement's very fluid. I mean, it's great. You can like dodge, you can jump, there's no fall damage. There's like emotes and stuff like from Fortnite. Like there's a ton of different things you can do. Lots of ways I can see you be able to have a lot of fun with your friends. This game is going to be a lot of fun if you have a party of people. This game's going to kick ass. You're probably going to love it and be on this game for thousands of hours. So I can see it now. The open world in this game is really cool. You got like hide in buildings. I know you can like camouflage yourself as trash cans and chairs and cabinets and shit to hide from the villain. In the tutorial, it does not let you play as the villain. At least when I played the tutorial, it didn't let me play as a villain. But as the villain, I know you just fly around just looking for the survivors. I mean, it's like Xenoverse's Conton City pretty much, where you just like fly around a giant open world. And that leads us into our next point, the graphics. Holy mackerel, the graphics. I say as I know there's a lot of reused Xenoverse assets in this game, but we'll get into that in a little bit. The graphics in this game look amazing. They do. I remember the fight scene in the tutorial with Cell and Trunks. Dude, the aura on Trunks looked amazing, despite the reused Xenoverse assets and animations and voice lines all present through this game. Dude, the shading on the models, the environments, it looks so good. And for a game at $20, this game looks better than Xenoverse does, which is at like what, $40 now. This game looks amazing, and its graphics are probably one of my favorite parts of this game. Also, it just looks great, and I can't wait to see, I can't wait to see, they model Goku and Vegeta in this art style. And speaking of art, the art for, the promotional art for Cell, Frieza, Boo, Grade 8 Vegeta, Spopovich for some reason, it looks, oh my goodness, the art on those characters. And then you have, the Goku and Vegeta on the summon screen. Oh, dude, it looks... Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It looks right out of the mobile games. It's getting me that vibe. You know the vibe, right? Where it's you see this art, oh my gosh, I must have this now. I must spend $3,000. No, I'm not, actually. But it has that enticing grip. Those amazing looking art. They knocked it out of the park with the graphics in this game. Especially the promotional art. They killed it. I can see a ton of like fan-made arts being made for these characters, but it looks absolutely fantastic. I feel this is a good time to talk about the audio. I was talking about reused Xenoverse lines. They're all over the place. If you talk to the robots in the hub world, it's all reused Xenoverse lines. Cell and Battle in the tutorial had most of his battle lines were reused from Xenoverse. The amount of reused animations from Xenoverse is really stifling, but it makes sense as this is an expansion. But the fact they could not have recorded just a few more lines for the battles is really annoying, but I think the graphics are amazing, and there are a ton of new voice lines in this game, especially in the shop for the Raiders. It makes sense why the premium voice lines are locked behind a paywall, but I don't know, man. I just feel like a few more new voice lines definitely would not have hurt the game. But overall, audio, files, the graphics, the art, oh, dude, it's all great. Like, if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it's a thumbs up easily. So next, let's get into the fighting. Okay, I was playing the fighting for the first time, and it was very clunky, to say the least. It's cool, like, you, like, rush up, you can, like, get into a combo, you can do super attacks, it looks great, the graphics would kill it, obviously. The HUD looks amazing. It's like you got the awesome, like, character models, you got the awesome art in the top corner, you got, like, the health, which is called Limit or something like that. It's weird, it wasn't explained very well, but I can see when you get used to this fighting, that shit will probably be the coolest thing ever. I think the fighting is pretty good, considering how the fighting isn't even the main part of the game. I mean, if it was the main part, it'd probably be pretty bad, but it's just like an add-on, right? It's Dragon Ball, so of course you have to fight, but, like, I know you can get, like a bajillion different attacks for your characters, and whenever you do a super attack, like, when you get, like, a energy siphon is when you turn into a Dragon Ball character, dude, your character see, like, turns into the character. It's like a fusion between the two. I mean, you got the Piccolo version of your CAC, which is just cursed, but overall, it's pretty cool, and I know Farmer with a shotgun isn't actually a skin, so I assume they'll probably release, like, Goku and Vegeta and shit like that as Battle Pass level 50 skins in the future, which is probably a good way to get people to spend money. But, yeah, I mean, I think the fighting's pretty good. Once again, is it a thumbs up or thumbs down? It's a thumbs up easily. So, let's talk about the hub. Unlike Canton City, which is a labyrinth, this place is a little circle with everything you need right next to one another, which is kind of how I wish Xenoverse was. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm not a big fan of open world hubs, areas to get to the next mission. I'd rather just be like, just go to the next mission with a menu or something like that, but I think the way it's handled in this game is great. You have the start button you can press to play. There's a shop. There's a manual that tells you all the game mechanics. You have the summons. You have the news board. You have the training. You have some NPCs to talk to get, like, some more information on the game. You can replay the prologue if you really want to on the main menu. The settings menu is really easy to access. It's just a great hub overall, and unfortunately you can't be in it with other players as far as I'm concerned, but for a little hub area you just log into to do summons, the shop's there, everything's there. Everything you need is at the hub, and it's super easy to access. The hub area is fantastic. So, the music. Oh boy, the music. So, I only heard a grand total of about 6 songs, but the music I did hear is fantastic. I like it. It's relaxing. There's no, like, upbeat rock, unfortunately, which most Dragon Ball games have, but this was probably because the tutorial was mainly consisted of you, like, restoring the temporal seams and shit like that, right? But the music pretty much was laid back and really nice, and I can definitely see it being used in a lot of videos in the backgrounds, because it's just very relaxing music, and it's just really nice overall. The price. Oh boy, the price. The price is $20. I'm gonna say this, if you have a group of friends, yes, it is easy. It's easily worth $20. But if you're a solo player, like me, for the most part, like, I don't know, man, I just like playing games solo. And a lot of games I play are single-player games. So it's like, for me, I can get the game, I spent 20 on it, and what am I supposed to do? Play online? Dude, I know, first of all, playing these games with randoms is definitely not the way it's meant to be played. It's meant to be played with friends. And yes, some of my friends will probably end up getting this game, because, it's Dragon Ball, but I don't know, man. The fact that, like, there is no offline content. There's none. It's not like there's, like, 3 missions you can play over and over. There is none whatsoever except the prologue. That's it. And that bothers me. It makes me think the game should have been pushed back a year so they could have catered to the single-player audience. I get that the game is meant to be marketed towards multiplayer enthusiasts, but keep in mind, we haven't had a Dragon Ball game in 3 years almost, other than this game. And it's like, I'm pretty sure a good chunk of players are single-player. Like, they prefer single-player, and the fact there is not a single piece of single-player content bar in the prologue, which unskippable cutscenes, it's not worth it. Like, if you all don't have like friends to play this with, I would not get this game. I would not, unless you don't mind playing with randoms. Like, do I need to say more about playing with randoms? It's like public matching Call of Duty Zombies. You know how that goes. It's the same thing here. Like, you get paired with a bunch of people you cannot talk with, and if you can talk with them, it's limited, and then the voice chat's weird. It's like, dude, I don't know. It just sounds more like a chore to play with randoms rather than just play solo. The fact there's a training mode, but you can't play with bots, it's just really underwhelming. And the fact that it's sad, man. It's sad. If there was a single-player mode, this game would be an easy recommendation for me. It doesn't matter who you are. I can't say I'd recommend this game at the price it's currently at if you're a single player. However, if you have friends, easily buy it. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game, even for people that are single players. But the fact there is no content for single players just sucks. It really does. And the price is way too high. If this game was $5, it didn't matter if there was single player content or not, I would recommend this. I'd say wait for a sale if you play single player mainly. But if you have friends to play this with, I'd highly recommend it. Right now, they're actually handing out some free stuff, which people love free stuff. So if you're planning on getting this game and you have friends, get it right now. Definitely. If you can afford it, get it right now. Otherwise, if you're like me and you like single player, just wait for a sale. This game is fantastic, and I probably will play it a bit, but it's just too online savvy for my liking. Like, we have things like the Battle Pass. We have the open world emotes, stickers, customization for your character, skins, like voice lines and shit like that. Like, all these things that are in Fortnite and all Dead by Daylight, PUBG, I guess. All these mainstay games. All that shit is in this game. I assume this game will always get updated just like Fortnite does. Like, it's like the mobile games too. This game will always get updates. And we'll get more of that amazing art. But at this point, I'm kind of just rambling. I really like this game. I do. It's really neat concept, but it's just underwhelming in my opinion. The lack of single player just really sucks. I get it was advertised for multiplayer. I get that. But maybe they'll add a story mode. And if they do, I definitely will probably make an updated review. But as of right now, it's a great game. It is a fantastic game, even if you have friends to play it with consistently. Otherwise, if you play it alone, wait for a sale. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys plan on getting the breakers, I hope you have a lot of fun with it. Because I had fun with what I played, and I can see the potential in this game growing, even from a single-player POV. This game could get easily single-player content, or just get a good update in general for us, or for everyone, and I definitely can't wait to see this game succeed.